Imagine a farmer on a big field with all of these like crops. Let's say it's corn. A big field of only corn. Now it seems very beautiful, but this doesn't happen in nature. This is not a biome that corn normally grows in. It's not a biome that soil should be in. And it's not a biome that animals can live in. Because else you would see big cornfields just out there in nature, right? But you don't. Now, they like grow only one crop because it's easy to harvest, right? They plant this full of corn and then the tractor goes over it, boom, it's done. They do it like once or twice and boom, everything is harvested, right? This is very easy for the farmers and costs little to no effort to actually do, but it is damaging for the soil, the plants, our health, and even the ecosystem, like global warming and stuff. But why is that? Well, if there is little to no biodiversity, the soil kind of gets sick because the soil and Mother Nature, they really want a lot of biodiversity, right? That's why rainforests have tons of different trees, different animals, different plants, all these different things, and not just one crop like corn, for example. So Mother Nature, they try to grow weeds. We call them weeds because we don't have use of them. But weeds are kind of like the band-aids to spread more biodiversity. So they're like crops that they grow till there is another crop to take over that place. Now, the farmers, they go over the land, they took it over so that every kind of animal or weed is killed, and nature tries to put more weeds in to like heal the soil and get it like not just bare, but like actually have plants on it. So they pop out weeds. What do the farmers do? They either spray some kind of chemical to kill the weeds, or they just go over it again. What does Mother Nature do? Pop out more weeds. And this is a vicious cycle, right? Like just killing off the soil. Now, this lets the soil to have very little nutrients and stuff because it's constantly just getting killed and killed and killed all over again. Just trying to spread some weeds to let the weeds give the soil a bit more like minerals and stuff. But then the farmers kill it. And then they plant a plant like corn. They keep on spraying the ground to kill all of the weeds. This corn needs to grow in kind of like dead soil, like literally soil that is pretty much dead. They hop on a bit, like a lot of compost, try to grow it basically in that compost, because the soil is basically like killed off, because they like kill the weeds and stuff. And then the pests come, right? Like the little insects and stuff. So they use a pesticide. What do you think pesticides do? They kill off all of the insects. Even the good ones, right? Even the bees and the pollination stuff and like the butterflies and stuff. Kill off everything. No insects, no like biodiversity. And then fungus try to live underground. What do you guess they do? Like fungicides or something? Yeah. A lot more like chemicals, boom. No fungi. No mushrooms, boom. That's also gone. The soil has nothing in it but the corn and a lot of chemicals. So the nutrients of the corn is very low. So you are eating corn that has very low like, nutrients like in the actual food itself. Because the plant has almost no nutrients, right? So it cannot give that much back to the actual food source. Now this goes on and on and on. They keep adding more chemicals, more like killing soil things, and eventually the soil is just dead, and you're basically growing corn in that soil, and the corn gets very low nutrients. Okay, you got low nutrient dense corn grown in a very, very bad way for the environment and biodiversity and stuff. All right. And if that's not already unhealthy enough to eat, it goes to the supermarket. The supermarket packages it in, you guessed it, plastic. What is plastic? Well, it's, of course, the thing that's called plastic. But to make it like movable and stuff, they add, again, tons of chemicals and rubber and stuff. They package the food in that. It goes to your house, tons of packaging that has to be done, tons of moving around. It's like a week old already, and boom, it's on your plate. It's not grown in a very sustainable way at all. It's grown in a way that kills the soil and the biodiversity, and literally, in a few years, not even corn can grow there. Like literally, in like a couple of decades, this like soil is too dead to grow the corn in there, so they need to move to a different like place, right? And they, of course, they can keep on adding compost and compost and compost, and this will extend the process a lot. But they are planting that stuff in dead soil, right? This is literally like one of the worst things you can do for nature and for the environment and like global warming and stuff. If you look at this way, eating meat might not even be that bad for the environment in comparison to like growing in this monoculture way where they kill off our bees, kill off our pollinators, literally maybe even like hand pollinating the stuff because they kill off all insects. This might be even worse than like eating some like how you call it, like some bad meat or something. Actually, it's might be even worse than eating meat for the environment or driving an airplane every day. Because the soil and the plants are the ones that eat the what do you call like CO2 and then relieve the back like air and stuff like the O2, I don't know, oxygen, right? So the plants are the ones that eat the CO2 and give back the oxygen. But what happens when you plant only corn at like the minimal distances? Don't plant any ground cover, don't plant any like strawberries beneath it. No, just corn. Well, there's very little like actual photosynthesis being done in that area because there could be like twice as many crops there, right? Like there could be a layer of corn and a layer of strawberries, but that would be too hard to go and pick for the farmers, right? But there could be. And that would have like consume triple the amount of CO2 from the air and relieve back in oxygen, right? So this entire you call it like monoculture thing is completely broken. It's making our food unhealthy. It's breaking the environment, killing insects and soil and ground and stuff. And it's not even sustainable at all. It isn't even sustainable. Because eventually the soil will get so dead, so unlivingly that you need to move to a different place. So it's not even sustainable. Our health is getting worse because the food is grown in such a poor place with such little insects and biodiversity. All these important insects and animals are being killed and or they need to go to a different place. Don't you see? This is an actual problem. Now, but you probably don't have the money to actually go ahead and buy stuff from like permaculture farms. By the way, permaculture is where you actually enhance biodiversity and stuff and enhance pollination. Um, you probably don't have the money to actually go ahead and buy from these farms, but this might be something to strive for in the future, right? Now we probably, like, if you are not already buying from these farms, you probably don't have the money or time to actually go ahead and buy from these farms. If you're not already growing your own food in your garden organically and like permaculture ways, then you probably cannot do that right now, but you can strive to do that in the future, for example. Because this is a problem, and from the point you understand this, it's actually pretty weird. Because farmers are adding chemically made nutrients to the soil, right? Fertilizers, but like weird as fertilizers, right? And you're eating that, right? You're eating that. It's something to think about. And I hope you do that as well. All right, till next one. Mwah.